Hello, friends. Great to see you. I'm here today to talk about how to create career and business opportunities. I was just interviewed in my friend's summit. Thank you, Bill, for the opportunity. And I came up with three tips that I want to also give to you. What will help you to prevent any setbacks in your career or business? And if you do face those challenges, whether it is up to you or someone else who created those for you, how you can also bounce back more easily and faster. So let me share and go right into the three. And actually, there was a bonus one that I also came up with, but let me start with the three that I think that are useful for any professional in any part of your career, in any part of your kind of business journey, career journey. So these are like the foundations, I would say, that when you do take care of these, the rest will follow. Like I said, you'll prevent any setbacks, or if you do face them, you bounce back faster. And what I first want to say is relates to branding, whether it is your personal branding, professional branding, your company branding, but I do advise you to think about like your personal branding here. Because very often we think about our career, that how it relates to our job roles and title status, and also to the companies that we worked with within the industry or different industries that you are at. And I want to broaden your perspective, because instead of identifying yourself as a certain expert in a certain role that you currently are, I advise you to think about the bigger picture. What are you here to do? What are you meant to do? Who do you want to help? Do you help individuals? Do you help organizations? Who do you help and how? What is really your passion, your purpose, your calling that you are here to do? So think about the bigger vision for your career first. Then we can think about like, okay, how can you use your skills? How can you pursue that purpose, that professional purpose that you have? And then use the personal branding, because think about, how do you want to be known for? Like, do you want to be known for? I used to do marketing in the largest exhibition and congress center in Finland for many years, and it's very easy to identify myself as a marketing person there in Messukeskus. We even called ourselves a Messulainen, which is the person who works there at the Messukeskus. And it's so easy to identify yourself as an employee in that specific role in that specific company, but that actually builds the reputation for the company. And I don't say that's wrong. I'm advising, when you might get laid off like I did to the COVID, that took away my plan B. Luckily, I didn't need to use that card because I've been an entrepreneur before that. But what I mean to say is that focus on personal branding throughout your career. And it doesn't mean that you can't change it. I did my 10 plus years in marketing, and when I pivoted, studied a new profession and became a coach and started my coaching business, I started to identify myself differently. I started to speak differently. I spoke about my purpose. And this is actually when it started to come alive. I was doing marketing for a long time, but not really branding myself as the marketing expert. I was promoting the different events. I was like advocating my employer. So that's the number one. Instead of status, role, current job, the company, or even like what it looks like in your CV, think about the bigger vision, the mission, your purpose, and start talking about it. Brand yourself an expert in that area, what you feel passionate about. Then the different roles are just ways how you can pursue that purpose. Okay. Second is activity. Be active throughout your career. I've been doing now outplacement career coaching for those who've got goodbyes from the companies due to a lot of negotiations in different fields. So there's a lot of some might think that setbacks. I'm happy to hear that many of my clients actually consider the layoffs, being hired, also as an opportunity to start something new, to do something new. So how can you also consider this as an opportunity? That said, many of them haven't built the network throughout their career. They might be they might have been doing the same kind of role for a long time, being in the same company for a long time. And that's great that you are in the industry, you know the key players, but do network, grow your LinkedIn network, for example, throughout your career, or whatever is the social media channel that you use. I do recommend LinkedIn for a professional field, and that's different if Facebook or Instagram or any other channel that people are more in a mindset like, what do I do on my free time? Important for us coaches and consultants and creative professionals, educators, therapists to also use other channels. But wherever you are in your career, whether you have a business or you want to pivot in your career to something new, do build your network on LinkedIn. Can't address that enough. And I mean, all the time. And you can also go through your contacts. I've been cleaning. Yes, I've been cleaning also my contacts there because I've worked in such different fields from IT to sales, branding, event industry. So I've been also kind of cleaning my contacts because you want to be in front of and talking to the people that are your peers, those who you can help or who are in your community that you want to be part of. So building a long-term relationships, professional relationships, and even nurturing that consistently, not only when you need to ask for help, be there to support others as well. Build, really invest in long-term relationships there as well in the professional field. My third one is what I call it a can-do trap. And I used to be in this as well. Like I mentioned, I did 10 plus years in marketing. So that's what I thought I can do. Like I was like, okay, I'm good at this and these marketing activities, enhancing the client engagement, building our brand, getting visibility, credibility. Like that was the thing. But I advise you, anyone, myself included, to think about first what you want to do, not what you can based on your previous experience or the skills that you have today. I want to advise you to think bigger. Like, yes, it's good to align those skills and strengths that you have to what you do in the future. But what it is that you're passionate about, and we'll go back to the vision and mission that you have, but what it is that you want to do also in your life, in your career, who do you want to help? So look at the whole picture. And it used to be very much so that the job, let's call it a 9 to 5, whatever it was, the job usually kind of dictated like how you use your other time, your free time. But nowadays, there's so many possibilities. And what my clients are looking for is time freedom and location freedom or flexibility. And also having that financial flexibility. They want to have multiple sources of income. They have their businesses, online or offline, different services while they are employed or has transitioned to full-time employment or something in between. There's a lot of opportunities in freelance, contractor work, being an agent, like you name it. So think about what it is that you want to do and what kind of lifestyle. I mean, like, what do you want to do in a big scheme? Like for example, I'm living and creating a lifestyle now that I didn't even imagine possible in my wildest dreams. What do I mean by that? Is that I thought that career and life is like, okay, I'm building this secure lifestyle. I bought an apartment for myself. I had the permanent job, the 9 to 5, and I was growing in it. I was getting more responsibility. I had my family and friends close by, all my interest, and that was really comfortable living. That was what I call nowadays that I was playing it safe and small, because my world was small. Now that I've expanded, my trigger or what kickstarted the whole new life for me, my career transition from that 10-year corporate career to being an online entrepreneur, coaching people from around the world, was meeting the love of my life, now my husband, and we are creating a digital nomad lifestyle, living and traveling around the world, while I'm being able to help over 800 experts from 30 plus countries and nationalities. That is now what I feel that is meaningful for me. How can I align my personal life and my business, my professional purpose, and how they go together? I can go to this deeper next time, but this is what I want you to see, that get out of the what you can do now, what is your skill sets and strengths now, to what is it that you want. And also, how do you want to grow professionally? How do you want to expand, keep learning? What excites you? And then going after that, having the courage to allow yourself to think outside the box. Like, that was challenging for me because I was conditioned. I was so much like identified myself as the finished person who is put to this path to educate yourself, build your career, get a mortgage, start a family type of thing, like choop, and work until you retire or die type of thing. But the world is open. And if I did this pre-COVID, when the remote working options were not like they are today, you can do it too. Totally. It is just thinking what it is that you want, finding your purpose, your vision for your life and your professional life, how they go together, being bold, networking so that you can create those opportunities from around you, building that, nurturing that throughout. And like I shared my experiences changing from one field to another, that's the beauty of a career. It can be anything. It's so diverse nowadays. It's not only climbing up the ladder, but how you can grow horizontally and there's a lot of generalists. I do advise to be kind of specialist in one area at a time. That was challenging for me as well, but now I've really found my passion. And that's helping ambitious experts like myself, other coaches, consultants, creative professionals, therapists, wellness practitioners, educators in your field who want to have time, location, and financial freedom in your life. Will activate your freedom lifestyle in just 90 days. Yes, it's possible. I'm giving you all the knowledge that I have, how I did my transition so that you don't need to spend months or years figuring it out, how we can really pivot and launch your next chapter in 90 days. So let me know if that sounds interesting to you. And from these 3 steps, what are you focusing on? Discovering and really putting your professional vision and mission out there. Or networking. How are you cultivating, building your network? And how can you expand from the candy trap to really imagining all the possibilities and going after that? And I did promise you a bonus. So the bonus that I really came up in this interview was transferable skills. Like I mentioned, I pivoted to a new field, and what my trainers in the coaching training were discussing is that you're not starting from zero. What are the skills that you have learned? And we had from teachers to lawyers and anything in between there. I was the marketing professional pivoting to coaching. Is that what have you learned so far that you can bring in? You have so many skills already. Even like now talking to moms, and I want you to see your greatness. I bet you would be like the most productive and great employees, or even like when you start your own business, because you're so great at managing time management, like being amazing project manager. Sorry. And what are your skill sets? How can you use that to what you want to do? So don't be undermining those skills that you have cultivated so far, how you can leverage them and really build on that. Okay. I went a little longer than I intended to, because I wanted to put out there the examples as well. Hopefully these 3, actually 4 things were useful for you. Like I said, in any step of your throughout your career, any step you are at. So these will help you to prevent any setbacks or help you to bounce back from them. But not only that, also like cultivating your vision, your mission. How can you really get and create new career and business opportunities? Focus on these 3. Let me know what you think. What is the number 1 thing that you will start doing first? I'm your leadership coach, Kaisa from Finland, now enjoying a nomadic living around the world. So guess where I am at now? This is just the background screen, but cheers from northern Italy today. Until next time.